What's going on, guys? Freak here from the channel Frost and Fist, and I want to do a little something different in this video. You know, typically we're doing, bat reps or sit and chats or, I don't know. This time I want to do a little something different. I'm actually going to do a sit and chat with you guys while I am working on my Primaris aggressors. Just a little forewarning, guys. I am actually dealing with a little vertigo issue, so if you see me wincing or kind of pause a little bit, just bear with me. But anyway, the topic that I wanted to really discuss is something that really, freaked me out a little bit. I had a game with Shroud on a week ago, actually. Yeah, last week. It was Friday during the day, and I played against his Minotaurs. We had a great game. The only thing is that I brought a very, very competitive list. I mean, really competitive list, especially against his army. And even Shroud mentioned to me that I should have been able to wipe him off the map. So, let's discuss that, because my question to you guys is, do you think luck has a lot to do with Warhammer 40k 8th edition? So grab your paints, grab your brushes, get your airbrushes ready, get your thinners ready, and let's sit down and have a talk about that. And I get to share with you what happened to me in that game, and maybe you guys can share with me some little enlightenment. Okay, guys, so basically I'm just starting out with this project. I've already got most of the first aggressor assembled. What I'm trying to do here, excuse me, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get it to a point to where I can put it together after I base coat the head. See, the only problem, the way they have these set, is that if you they come in two pieces. So if you assemble them, you'll have a really hard time putting the head inside the cavity where the helmet is, or the not the helmet, but the cowl. Excuse me, that goes above the helmet. Anyway, so so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it prepped enough to where I'll have it pretty much assembled until I can actually put the head inside. And anyway, so this is pretty much part one on this little talk. I don't think I'll be able to do my whole discussion entirely today, on this one sitting. But anyway, so let me just gotta break it down to you guys. So last Friday, our friend Shroud, you guys have probably seen him. If not, I'll probably post something showing the, showing him on our channel. Anyway, so Shroud wanted to do a game, and he wanted to play against my Imperial Fist, and I really was looking forward to it as well. He's a great guy to play against. He's just a good guy, good friend. He's good people. Anyway, excuse me. So I went ahead and said, okay, great, let's set it up, and we'll play here at my house. Have the board, the table already set up, and so we did a 2,000 point game. Really got excited because, man, I wanted to, I brought a list. A real good list. As a matter of fact, where did I do with my phone? I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my phone. Let's see, I'll tell you exactly what I brought. Pull up old Battle Scribe. Okay. So I can tell you that I brought a really nice army. All right, first of all, I brought with me in the battalion detachment, of course, Captain Lysander and the librarian on the bike. Okay, I had 2 force powers on there, not important what they were. I brought my Relic Contemptor. One was a Cyclone, had the Cyclone missile launcher, the Chaos Assault cannon, and twin last cannon. So this guy was, I mean, just ready to rip. All right, I brought a scout squad, 2 tactical squads. The tactical squads, of course, went in a Rhino. I brought a regular dreadnought, a missile launcher with a twin last cannon. I brought my Inceptor squad. Brought my Hellblaster squad. You know, and you guys know about Hellblasters. Those things were amazing. Brought my Land Raider with the twin last cannons and a twin heavy bolter. My Predator, my brand new Predator that I just painted. I love that thing. Turned out beautiful. Twin last cannons and 2 last cannons on top. My Stormtown gunship. Okay, and this is equipped with the twin assault cannon and 2 heavy bolters and my Rhino. Right, I already said the Rhino. Anyway, so that was a pretty good list. He brought a lot more troops, not a lot of armor, not a lot of tanks. You know, he had 2 Razorbacks, and I believe he had 1 Rhino. Anyway, that was pretty much the extent. He did bring a Contemptor Dreadnought. That was pretty much fitted out pretty nicely. I'm trying to remember what else. Oh, he brought some Terminators. You know, and he just brought a lot of troops. You know, great. I figured, okay, this should be a fun game, right? Because he had a lot of he had enough muscle and his troops, right, to be at least competitive. So I figured this was going to be a good game. Game started out. By the way, I've been really fickle lately with my dice. Let's see, 14. By the way, guys, I am really slow when it comes to building because, you know, I'm not I don't like assembling much. I like to paint. I like Mythos is the same way. And these instructions, I just don't like dealing with them. Anyway, so the kind of dice that I typically use are the Games Workshop dice that are transparent, the ones that came with the 8th edition set. I keep forgetting. I think it's Death Guard. Right? No, that's Death Watch. No, I don't remember. Anyway, the new set that had just come out. Anyway, for 8th edition. And so I love those little red dice, and I trust them because they're transparent. You know, there are no air pockets, so the weight of the dice should be pretty much even. I'm thinking, okay, you know, I've had pretty good luck with them. You know, just about all of my rolls that were done with those particular dice were fair. So, you know, needless to say, I rolled off, and I was able to. Okay, so Shroud was going first, and I was able to seize. Or was it the other way around? Anyway, I was able to go first. I started out, and right off the top, everything looked really good. Everything started going well. But towards the end of my first turn, I started noticing that my rolls were not going as well as I liked. On several occasions, I started noticing that as I'm rolling the dice, they look like they're going to land on a 6 or a 5, and they just instantly roll to a 1s. So probably like you and anybody else, you experience really crappy rolls. Suddenly, let's see, where is number 14 and 17? There we are. You just take those dice and you retire them for the night, right? Or for the game. Because, you don't want to keep on rolling crappy rolls with some dice that you think are kind of against you, right? So, 17's on the right. So I retired those dice and I decided to go with a different set. Now I kind of didn't want to do that because, like I said, those particular dice were really, you know, the most fair dice that I've ever played with. You know, I like those dice. Like I said, they're fair. Let me remove these nasty burrs. I hate these things. And so, you know, I went ahead and I switched to solid dice. Well, they're all solid, but you know, the ones that are not transparent. And I used Chessex. These Chessex dice, they're little miniature ones. You guys have seen it probably in a little 12 pack. Anyway, so I've had pretty good luck with those as well. And, you know, I started rolling with those. And for the love of all that is crazy, my rolls did not improve. On one occasion, on several occasions, I would shoot with my Predator and my my Land Raider. Of course, they're all with twin-link glass cannons. And in each instant, I would roll to hit, but when it comes to wounds, every last one of them were ones. I'm not talking about under threes, right? Because you know, typically it's threes to three up to wound or three up to hit. No, wasn't even a three, wasn't even a two, all ones, and it just did not make sense. I couldn't figure out why the heck, you know, I was dealing with, you know, these crappy rolls. So I retired a few of those that were rolling crappy, and I went with, you know, some different ones I haven't used yet. And then I shot with my Storm Talon, my flyer. I think it was 12 shots with the assault cannon, I believe. And same damn thing. The stupid thing fired off 12 shots. Out of 12 shots, only 3 hit. Out of the 3 that hit, 0 wounds. Oh, by the way, the rolls were all ones. It was getting to the point to where it's really spooky. We eventually, and that's pretty much the game. That's how the game went the entire night, or day rather. We played during the day. Anyway, the entire day, and that's how the game went. I was so disturbed. I even contacted, because you know we have a group chat, me, Mythos, and a couple other guys that are friends of the channel, and I just didn't want to. I wanted to show everybody, you know, what was happening. And even the guy that was playing Shroud was freaked out. He's never seen anything like that, and he said, "Look, man, he was like laughing. He goes, man, I've never seen anything like that. You know, you should have really, you know, been able to whiff me easily. You should be able to shellac me." And I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. That's why I brought the list, because I wanted a competitive list to come against you. And really, I was setting up that kind of list to play against Mythos Admech, because his Admech, you know, pretty much killed me in the last game we had. But it wasn't anything like the score that I had with Shroud. I know I'm playing around with this too much. I'm just trying to get to this little burr. These burrs suck. And so I even reached out to Mythos and said, dude, you're not going to believe this. You know, and even Shroud jumped on and goes, yeah, this is a little odd. Because technically you should have better hits, way better hits than that. I mean, especially with what I brought. So the death count for Imperial Fist grew exponentially as each turn went by. And so my final count was my score, actually. The score was, I'm trying to remember, it was 7? I don't have the score with me, but it was 7-0. Or was it? Oh, here's the notebook right here. Hang on. Or, no, I think I ripped it. I ripped it off. Yeah, I think oh no, here it is. Oh, I got it right here. Right here. That was it. Will 14, that's Shroud. Freak. Goose egg. Goose egg. Yeah. So, look at this. First turn, 0. Second turn, 0. Third turn, 0. Fourth turn, 0. Fifth turn, 0. We were playing, you know, the 3-card draw objective. And I could not get anything to save my freaking life. And I just couldn't believe it. And I switched dice 3 times the entire game and still was getting 0. Now, again, I've had bad rolls before, and I would call it the curse of Mythos, because Mythos typically rolls pretty bad. And it's actually a common thing. It's a funny thing that goes on, right? It's anyway. So, but to roll for me to roll consistent ones throughout the entire damn game just did not make sense at all. It just infuriated me, you know. And even Shroud started feeling bad for me. I said, don't feel bad, dude. I mean, look, if I had control of the situation, you know, and I made mistakes, you know, then feel bad because I'm a moron, you know. But my strategy was sound. The way I deployed was perfectly sound. Had every opportunity to take him out. But because of my sucky ass rolls, just could not. I just could not get him down at all. And I don't know, man. I couldn't understand that entire scenario. I couldn't understand how is it that, you know, all those points that I'm bringing, you know, all the tanks that I'm bringing to the table, all the firepower, for crying out loud, Hellblasters, Inceptor Squad, you know, a freaking Contemptor Dreadnought that is, you know, armed to the gills, man. And then a regular Dreadnought and, you know, Lysander. Oh my gosh, you know, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how bad. So, at first I was going to say this is going to be part 1. I think I'll be able to finish it off in this particular video. Although if you guys want me to continue to do this as you watch me, you know, twiddle around with some bits here. But yeah, my question to you guys is, have y'all had a game like that? Have you experienced a day, you know, a game that you know, played somebody and somehow, some way, every freaking roll that you threw were all 1s? What did you do? You know, that's what I want to know. What were you able to do? What'd you do to change that? You know? What was, how did you get past it? I'm trying to decide how to get this mounted. So I guess it's going to go like that. I'm not quite sure. Like that. Oh, okay. So that's how it goes. Setting up the grenade launcher here. You know, what did y'all do? What did you do to overcome it? You know, to overcome that situation. Me? I feel like I need to go to a priest or witch doctor or somebody that can just, you know, get rid of that bad mojo. I mean, it was bad. I mean, it didn't make sense. It was scary. That's how bad it was, man. So, what did you do? You know, let me know. Comment below. I'm curious. Because, honestly, guys, I have never experienced anything like that in my entire... I've been playing Warhammer since the latter part of the 7th edition. So approximately 2 years now. 1 year in, when we first started the channel, both Mythos and I. And then so far, almost a year with, it's about a year and a half with 7th edition, and about a year, almost a year with 8th edition, right? Because 8th edition just came out. And it just didn't make any sense. You know, I played, you know, a lot of games. I've had bad rolls, but I have never experienced, you know, the hell of those bad rolls like that. Never in my life have I ever dealt with anything like that. So I can tell you guys that was pretty scary. You know, tell me what you think. I mean, have you guys gone through that? You know, what did you do? You know, at some point, did you just say screw it and stop the game halfway and say, you know, and walked off? I mean, that's what I wanted to do. I really wanted to just leave. I wanted to leave so bad. You know, just wanted to say screw it all and just walk off. But I didn't want to do that to Shroud. You know, I mean, he's a good guy, and you know, it was a fair game overall. It wasn't fair in what I was going through, but I didn't feel like it. But overall, it was a fair game, you know. Yeah, I don't know. So, I guess if you guys have any suggestions, or, you know, I know some of my buddies in our group chat, friends of the channel, you know, they all suggested I just get rid of all the dice I have and just start fresh. Mythos says I should do another blessing. Might have to do that. That being the case, you know, is it worth it? What would you do? You know, what would you do? Would you get rid of the whole bag of you know, of dice that you have and everything that you have, and just start fresh, start new? You know, get rid of them, sell them. I don't know. Like I said, the ones that have always been fair to me, the GW translucent dice, the little red ones, those have always worked well for me. Should I get rid of those too? You know, or should I just cough it up to just a bad luck day and trudge forward? You know, I'm willing to do that. And by the way, guys, don't think this is a whining session. You know, it's just, it was very peculiar. It was a very odd game. Never have I experienced that before. This is more of a shock video. You know, I'm expressing shock and I guess awe, shock and awe. And you know, and then it just blew me away how easily the tide turned with the worst rolls ever. You can bring, at least for me, I'm talking about myself, I can bring the biggest and the baddest, right? I can bring the biggest and the freaking baddest, and if I roll like crap, there's not a thing that I can do. So I've got these little bitty peon guys, the enemy, that are bringing down, you know, Storm Talons and Contemptor Dreadnoughts and, you know, just things that they should not be able to do. In real life, it shouldn't happen. At least that's how I think. In real life, it shouldn't be like that. So if you imagine a huge battle, right? A real life battle between Minotaurs and Imperial Fists, and they're going at it. The odds would be that if you're shooting 12 shots at a squad, and out of those 12 shots, you don't land a single one? The range was there. Look at the last cannons. The last cannons on the Predator and the what was it? The Raider, the Land Raider. Both of those. I mean, roll the dice. 0 hit. I'm talking about ones. 3s to hit. That's all I needed. 3s to hit. Pew, 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 pew. Ones. One is the loneliest number that you ever heard. Yeah, ones. I'm telling you. And it wasn't, I didn't contact Mythos once. I contacted him several times, freaking out. It's like, dude, you're not going to believe this. So I don't know, maybe somebody put a hex on me? Anyway, so I think I'm done, you know, whining about it, I guess, fussing about it, shocked about it, I don't know. All I can do is, I'm just going to do what the guys say, and just go ahead and order a whole new set, you know. So these guys here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set them aside, get them paint, you know, get ready for painted. I separated the head. I'm going to prime everything separately, and then when everything's primed, I'm going to base coat it, and then I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. Then it should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and start on the next one, on the second aggressor. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Not even Mythos, because even when Mythos rolls bad, he rolls poorly, you know. Yeah, he rolls poorly, but I don't think he's ever been shut out. The game that I had with Shroud was a total shutout, you know. I couldn't believe that. It was a complete annihilation, perfect shutout, which shouldn't have occurred. Not with what I, you know, brought to the game. And it just did not make any sense, you know, not in a logical perspective at least, you know. So again, guys, I think I'm going to end this here, and I'll probably think of another topic to sit and talk with you guys. If you like these sit and chats, let me know. You know, I'd love to continue doing these. Some of you are probably, you know, pulling your hair out, you know, as you're watching me. If you're sitting there watching me, you're like, just pick already, just pick one of those pieces and put it together. Yeah, I know. I have ADD, guys, so I kind of, you know, flounder around trying to look for stuff, and of course I can't chew gum and talk at the same time, so that's why I'm kind of looking around for numbers. Oh, there it is, 67. So, but anyway, guys, if you like this little sit and chat and you want a little more, then let me know. Let me know in the comments below. We'll you know, grab your paints and we'll do it again. You know, I kind of enjoy it. You know, I feel like I'm talking to friends. You know, and gives me an opportunity to kind of share my thoughts, and of course, you know, helps me clear my head a little bit. Of course, dealing with vertigo is not all that great, but you know, I do enjoy it. So if you guys like it as well, let me know in comments. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, then Wolf Brother Mythos and myself would love to have you as part of the pack. Join the Frost and Fizz. Why not? You know, we got a lot of different stuff that we offer. You know, I couldn't say that if you subscribe that all your wildest dreams will come true, although that would be really cool. But I think the closest thing is that you at least get to see us. Get to check out some bat reps. By the way, I'm going to link the latest bat rep between Mythos's Space Wolves and AdMech versus Shroud's Minotaurs. By the way, he won that game. Spoiler alert. And in any case, you know, it was a good bat rep, and I think he avenged us quite well. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And again, if you guys like this, we'll do another sit and chat. You guys take care.